Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Today, I'd like to talk about something that's been on the rise and is very important to every person living in the United States of America, and that is the illegal entry of undocumented aliens. Now, all of us want immigrants to come into this country that need to come here. None of us have issues with any immigrant or asylum seeker coming through the proper channels, the legal means and a way of getting here. And there's already laws on the books for all of these things. But what we have is a failure of duty, a dereliction of duty on both sides of the aisle, the duopoly monopoly. And remember, the word aisle is nowhere in the Constitution. The fact that the two keep regurgitating that term shows you how ill it is. And how inconceived, and the fact that they have that and it's between them and the other, it comes down to the two-party dictatorship, the duopoly monopoly playing monkey in the middle with we the people, the true rightful heirs to the Constitution, the true rightful owners of the Constitution. These people are voted in at our leisure. It is up to us to put them there and to take them out. And so that'll be a topic for a different discussion. Today's topic is drafting the illegals into service, into military service, immediately upon entry and surrender to a border patrol official, immigration official. They will surrender themselves, be taken to MEPS. Well, first, when they surrender themselves, they will be issued an immediate felony trespass charge, and that charge is not expungible. The felony will stay on them for as long as they are alive. It stays with them, and we all know when you have a felony, you cannot vote, you cannot hold a firearm, you cannot do a lot of things, you cannot hold a lot of government jobs, a lot of benefits you cannot get access to. So having a felony on your record immediately upon entry into this country is significant. So that kind of will weigh in whether they want to come here legally. And like I said, we want immigrants, we want asylum seekers, we want all of these people to come here. We want them to come legally, do we not? And that's what we're trying to correct, is the legal process of entry. And so illegal entry into this country, there needs to be a steeper penalty. Right now, the penalty is like a $250 fine and like nothing. And I don't even think they're even issuing that fine to people, let's be honest. If anything, they're handing them out credit cards, debit cards with money on it. From what I hear, upwards of $10,000 per year per individual that's coming in. And this is all being paid for by all of our tax-paying dollars. And again, we have no issues with helping out those in need if they want to come here legally. And if you look on the books to see what legally means, it means that if the country that they are in before they get here is not immediately affecting their life, then they can claim asylum through the proper channels and do it that way. And we all know that Mexico is a beautiful country. I lived there most of my life. I went to school there. I was raised there. I have many friends from there. They all travel back and forth from there. People vacation there because it's such a beautiful country. So we need to correct how we handle people entering illegally into our country. And there's already enough laws on the books to deal with this. There's already a law in the book that every illegal every illegal alien that comes here and registers, right, has to register with the Selective Service. Oh, well, when you register with the Selective Service, then you're also eligible for the draft. So all we're talking about is not really changing any laws that are in the books. We're just talking about activating the draft for those that have registered to the Selective Service via illegal entry into this country, and they will be allowed to enter even though they have the felony on their record. A lot of services do not allow people with felonies. The felony will be waived to allow them to enter the service, a minimum of 6 years to serve this country, and that will be a great pathway to citizenship. Now, what this will do is it'll weed out the people that just want to take advantage of coming here and abusing our laws, our generosity, our freedoms, and frankly making money off of our youth by obviously drugs is the first one, but trafficking, prostitution, and trafficking in everything, right? Human trafficking, food trafficking, illegal substance trafficking. All of these things are allowed by allowing open borders. And like I said, sealing a border has nothing to do with being homophobic or transphobic or this phobic or that phobic. Every other borders on the country, on every other countries do it. All we're talking about is the same thing you would have to do anywhere else, and that has come through the proper channels. Those not willing to do that means they're already initiating illegal action. And if they don't care for our laws to begin with, what makes you think they're going to care for our laws when they get here? In other words, if you went ahead and disobeyed your mother on one thing, won't you disobey your mother and father on something else? Because once you get away with it, you're just going to do something else, because the laws at that point mean nothing to you. And that is why everyone wants to come here. We're a nation of laws. It is those laws that provide us the freedoms that we all can exercise and have. These are great freedoms. This is why everyone has the American dream, from no matter where they're coming from, no matter where they grow up at, they all want to come to America to experience the American dream. Trust me, I know this. I've been to many other countries. Nobody dreams about going to, let's say, Cuba or to other countries. I mean, I often do. I want to go to these places, not because of what it is and what they stand for today with an ill-reputed government, but because of the people. Those people are wonderful, and I want to free them. I want to bring them back to our culture and our ways and to the way they used to be prior to be subjugated by a tyrant. Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? And instead of alienating all these places? But anyway, that's a topic for another discussion. And in that discussion will be also about if it's time to allow the territories, the United States territories, to finally become states. How long do they need before they show their pathway to citizenship? Okay, so all of these things are related, whether people like to think of it or not. And what the left and right are wanting to do with their monopoly stranglehold on America is prevent our ideologies from growing to other places. They want to confine it within the confines of the United States border. But as we all know, the Constitution was written based on indigenous tribes theories and their resolutions and some of the things they had written. And this has been going on across the planet forever. And so the intent was to grow these freedoms planet-wide and to ultimately take over Europe, take over everywhere else with these type of freedoms. So everyone can have a constitution that has the amendments and the right to bear arms and all of these things. And again, that's even another topic for another podcast. So if you guys are interested in hearing about these type of things, that these type of ideologies that will transform not just the United States, not just the people of the United States, but the people of the world, and the world moreover, into a more lovable, united place, the United States, not the divided states, which is what currently the left and right are doing. They hate our Constitution because it allows people like you and me and everyone around us, no matter what color they are, no matter where they come from, no matter what sex they want to be, no matter what their religious ideologies are, they can come to the great, magnificent United States of America and pursue the American dream. All right, my friends, that's it for today. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, and make sure you start talking about how we're going to draft, right, the illegals into our army, right? We're going to conscript them. Conscription is the legal action. The drafting is actually the lottery that we did. But now we're going to activate a draft for all illegals and conscript them into the military. That's all I've got today. Thanks for listening. Adios.
Something older.